While it's true that tall buildings need fall protection, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Tall buildings, short buildings, any type of industrial application. There's factories and plants, transportation hubs where they're loading train cars or trucks, and workers having to be on top to tarp them. They have to have fall protection in place. Aircraft hangars, mines. I can go on and on, all the different options for fall protection. But anytime that you have employees working in a situation, whether it's on a roof, inside a warehouse, on a catwalk, on a balcony, next to a hole, employers need to pay attention to the fact that if there's a 4-foot fall hazard there, they have got to provide fall protection. When we say a turnkey fall protection solution provider, what do we mean? Well, there's many different phases within a project, and so that's going to start with our design and engineering department, which is a bright and talented group that has the ability to work in AutoCAD, Revit, BIM, very bright minds. They basically have to put together the puzzle. There's a lot of pieces there, and they got to figure out how it's going to work together from a functional standpoint and still be able to work with whatever structures available and be code compliant. From the manufacturing side of things, we're really proud of the fact we just moved into a brand new 37,000 square foot manufacturing facility in the beautiful Heber Valley of Utah. We have state-of-the-art plasma cutters with our brakes, certified welders. It's a great environment to be able to fabricate life safety equipment in. We also have the best installers in the industry, guys that have a background in construction and yet understand fall protection code. We ship them out to whatever part of the country we need to have them to, and we get rave reviews back from these installers and their skill level and competency. Our rooftop anchor products are the basis for nearly every fall protection system we design. They fall into two categories: rooftop anchors and wall anchors. In our roof anchors, they actually come in two categories as well: new construction and retrofit. Our new construction anchors are going to primarily be a cast-in-place anchor that's going to be cast right in the concrete slab, and a weldable anchor that's going to be welded to whatever steel structure might exist, whether it be I-beams, open web joists, etc. For our retrofit roof anchors, we're going to find anchors that are going to be beam wrap anchors, open web joist anchors. We'll have epoxy adhesive anchors, which are epoxied into a concrete slab, or sometimes we'll use a bolt-through anchor that bolts all the way through the slab. Lastly, we also have a roof-safe anchor that has an energy absorbing mechanism in it that allows us to attach to a variety of different substrates. When we discuss wall anchors, they can be used in situations where we have structure existing above the roof deck. For our retrofit offering, it's going to be similar to roof anchor connection mediums. We could have bolt-through wall anchors, epoxy adhesive wall anchors. We could technically have a beam wrap anchor as well. Another fall protection product category is our engineered horizontal lifeline systems. They are a fantastic product because they're an alternative to single point anchors. It allows us to spread out our anchor points so we don't have as many penetrations. The best feature of them, it allows an individual to move around the perimeter of the roof, all while maintaining 100% tie-off. Our vertical lifeline system, as the name implies, allows fall protection to be in place on fixed vertical ladders and other vertical structures that require us to maintain tie-off and be protected. They function very similar to a horizontal lifeline, but in a vertical application. Our rail system offerings come in basically two categories. We have our monorail system, which is designed for overhead use, and then we have our roof-based rigid rail systems, which are designed to be mounted on the roof itself or on an adjacent wall. Those systems are an alternative to a horizontal cable system that allow us to be able to travel and traverse back and forth by way of having a traveler that travels along the rail system and follows us wherever we go. They're engineered, they can be designed as a fall restraint system or a fall arrest system. Our monorail system is designed for overhead access situations where we need to get a person in closer to the facade on a big overhang. A powered platform, a single cage, boatswain's chair work, they can all utilize a monorail system. DAVIT assemblies are typically used in situations where the building requires a powered platform for maintenance services, or situations where the parapet or guardrail is non-structural in nature, therefore we can't allow the ropes or safety lines or wire rope cable to load the parapet. So we designed a DAVIT into that so it keeps that line suspended up and over the edge of the building. Our outrigger beams function very similar to a DAVIT arm. They can be used in the same situations as a DAVIT arm would be, i.e. hanging a powered platform off a building, or in situations where you don't want to load the parapet. The great thing about them is they're a little easier to transport than a DAVIT arm is, because instead of using cumbersome counterweights like you might find in a traditional transportable counterweighted outrigger beam assembly, our pinned outrigger beams are actually attached to a fixed anchor point that is used in lieu of counterweights. Our line of rigging sleeves can be used in a myriad of situations that we may encounter on a building. In essence, a rigging sleeve is a structural conduit that allows us to pass a rigging line or a safety line through a building feature such as an overhang, a high curtain wall, a mansard roof, or any other type of building feature that may obstruct where we're trying to access. We have structural vertical rigging sleeves, horizontal rigging sleeves, and curved rigging sleeves, and these are typically a custom product that can be used for many different type of applications. Our guardrail products are in essence a passive fall protection system. They prevent an individual from getting to the fall hazard. They can be used in many different types of applications, whether it's to close in a catwalk or balcony at the edge of roofs. Sometimes you have mechanical pits on a roof where it creates an inboard fall hazard. Different situations are going to dictate the use or the need of guardrail, and it's can be configured in many different types of ways. Whether you're an architect, building owner, or an employer, the fall protection problem can be daunting, to say the least. If there's one thing to remember, if a fall hazard of 4 feet or more exists, you need to consult your local fall protection professional to get guidance on what to do to be code compliant and minimize your exposure.